Oh my god. My light is already blinding me.
Rip.
It's fine. Hi, non-existent chat. There's no one yet. But it's fine. I'm gonna post a little Instagram story so I can rack in.
Oh wow, Coco Ray is streaming.
Oh.
I do be.
There you go. I found you.
Hi. Thank you for the follow. I wonder who it is. I wonder who it is.
I said I was once I found it, and then I know I found it.
The Malibu Bandit is not following.
Yeah, that's
Baby.
me.
Strange,
Oh my
strange. Okay, post
Who's that Malibu Bandit guy?
I don't know.
Could
I
not be
don't know who
me.
that is. Honestly, maybe I should ban them. That's kind of weird.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a great
oh
idea.
no.
Okay. I also streamed the game for y'all, so I'll have to suffer with the double audio,
stream.
possibly. Oh, Mimi's here.
No.
Is that the Mimi? Mimi goes, I see you.
Oh, well, Mimi's already here. Okay, I need to stream. Double stream. Let's go. Okay. Also, my
Let's go.
brother just got home, and he said that if I'm too loud, he will cut off the internet.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
no.
I don't think he will. But it's
Okay,
there. It's
keep-
there.
try to
Hello,
keep your
hello,
narrator
chat.
shenanigans
Oh my god, we have viewers.
quiet.
Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Is everything working?
Let's go, let's go.
Everything is working. The Stanley Parable 2. I bought a new game. No. It's just the same.
Yay.
It's just the same one.
Goods.
They're lying to you.
Oh.
I know what you are. Yeah, Mimi.
I know what you are.
That's not true. I am heterosexual, actually. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes. You didn't know?
Now
Doubts.
you know.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. We're back in town.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, shit.
Stanley
Here we
worked for
go
a company in
again.
a big building where he was employee number
There's the
427.
balloons.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on
As
his
you
desk,
do.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day,
Hi, Maddie.
every month
Welcome.
of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in,
So true.
as though he had been made exactly for this job. And
I
Stanley
wonder.
was happy.
Okay, the only thing that changed was
And then one day,
Yay.
something very peculiar happened.
Stanley
Something that would
Parable
forever
2.
change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Let's go.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his
Okay,
desk
we're back
and
in
stepped
town.
out of his office.
We're back in town.
Let's go.
Okay. So, we're gonna check what changed. Except the goddamn balloons. Or not the balloons I chose.
All of his
he's
co-workers
a
were
bitch.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm sure I've missed a memo. I'm sure. We still have. Oh, this changed. You weren't here.
Oh. You
Denied.
can't go there, I guess.
It doesn't do anything. Okay. There's not the special computer that I like. Not there.
Oh.
Too bad.
Bucket! A bucket!
Stanley felt
Yep.
the bucket calling
Behind
to him,
you!
begging him to pick it up.
What?
A little
Why
more,
was he not
little
doing
more
it?
behind you. Like,
Stanley
Oh my
picked
god! I
up
can't
the
believe
bucket.
I almost didn't see that. The bucket.
bucket!
The bucket!
It's
The
very
bucket.
important.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Now that you have the bucket, you can do different stories.
Let's
This was
go.
not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place
It's
to be.
true. The bucket told me.
And here it was.
bucket
Had the
told.
bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Cut off.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere
The
else.
bucket boys?
The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Go to the cargo.
Good,
Wait, do I?
Said the bucket.
Now
No,
ride the lift
no.
all the way to the top. There's something up there I
Like,
need you to do.
How do I go there?
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Shit.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about
Can you
this
jump off?
obvious fact.
Yeah, I can.
He was firmly
Not
convinced
all the
that
way
the
to the
bucket
ground. I
had
died,
spoken to
but I
him,
don't. Maybe
and
the
he
bucket saves me.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay. Why are you not saying anything?
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point.
Yep.
Which, if that's true, well, my goodness. I think
Everything
we have
is
to do
either a
something
bucket or
about
not a
it.
bucket.
This
I don't know what
misunderstanding
buckets
could
are.
have dire consequences on the
don't.
entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding
can't
of
say it
what
backwards.
is and isn't a
Ticum.
bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
I can't go there. Oh, I can't see shit. Again. Also, he thanked me for setting the time both times. He's like, oh, you said the time. You know, not many people do that. Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Yes.
Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No.
I don't think it is. No, because look, the lid is up. It's like up now.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket.
I'm
not an actual
I'm
bucket.
so good. I'm so
Oh.
good at this. I told you.
Keen eyes.
I know. I'm.
Item 2.
Hmm.
Is this a bucket?
No. No. See. I don't know if this one is a bucket.
I don't know, it feels kind of flat to me.
Yeah. I don't think it's a bucket.
Correct.
I know.
It is a 3D
I know.
printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual
It doesn't
bucket.
lie.
So
It
true.
simply isn't a bucket. The only bucket is the one I have.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
No, it still looks the same, man. It doesn't look like a bucket to me.
Showing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, no, it's not a bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
No, you're a liar. You're a liar, this is not a bucket.
Lie.
Item 4.
Oh my
Is this a
gosh.
bucket?
No.
The big bucket.
No, that is a bucket. Technically, you can put things inside. So
Put it.
it does
got
have
an
the vibes
opening
of a
on the
bucket.
top.
I think it's a bucket.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor. It's an enormous machine that tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
No,
And what is a bucket? Describe to me what is a bucket.
it was clearly a bucket.
Clearly
Is this a bucket?
Oh, again, it seems like a
We've
bucket
been over
to me.
this. You could put things inside of it.
Oh yeah, I mean it really looks like a bucket to me, but I feel like he's not gonna accept it because his view of buckets is so limited. He has such
Gaslighting behavior.
yeah, he's
I can't
such
believe
an
this man.
unattainable beauty standards for buckets.
It's so mean.
That is a bucket.
Correct.
See?
This is a bucket.
Exactly.
Thank you. I'm glad we agree.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Now,
No.
now
It's a tractor.
I don't. Yeah, I think this is that is a tractor. I think he's trying to get me here.
Trick
Yeah.
question. Both. Gotcha.
Yeah, I know.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
I mean, that is definitely a bucket.
Maybe it's
Okay,
a big
you and I
bucket
both
holding
know
air.
there isn't anything here.
No,
And I
there's-
don't
You don't know
appreciate
that.
the implication that nothing is a bucket.
Nothing
when
is
we
definitely a
both clearly know
bucket.
that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you
I'm
believe
not
that nothing
straight.
is a bucket?
What did he say? Wait, I didn't read the question.
Do you believe nothing is a bucket?
Yes, I do.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Well, you
I've
can
lost
put
all
something
sense
in
of
there.
perspective.
You can
What
put
is
something
a bucket?
in
What
nothing.
isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence, and yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
So true.
Am I a bucket?
You are a bucket. Yes, you
Stanley, I can't keep doing this.
are. You are.
I'm losing myself, and myself was all
no,
I
you-
ever had to begin
You are a
with.
bucket.
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening
You-
to tear our relationship apart. I
Okay.
can't have that. I'm sorry.
Hey!
I'm going to erase all the
Don't share your
entirely.
relationship.
Okay.
He really hit you with that. I think the buckets are too much.
He
for
knows
us.
what gets me.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket?
Yeah, I told
Every
you.
single thing in the game was a bucket.
I told you.
Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
I told
And
you
you,
were a
Stanley,
bucket.
you're still here. You're not a bucket
I'm
either.
definitely a
Oh,
bucket.
this is wonderful news.
I think we
We're
are
not
all buckets at heart.
Yes.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue. but
I'm
it
glad
doesn't
our
change the fact
relationship is
that we
safe.
haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
It's
Who
being
knows
said-
what that information might do to a person?
Being said
All
too
right,
many times.
here we go.
Okay. Everything is a bucket. That is true.
Everything is a bucket. That's so true, though.
All of this
Everything
code
is
has
either not a
gone.
bucket or a
What could it
bucket.
mean?
Yeah.
Stanley
If you
decided to
think
go
about
to
it,
the
we all
meeting
can
room.
hold stuff,
Perhaps he
right?
had simply missed a memo.
Yeah,
Anything
like we
can
hold,
anything.
we hold
Stanley lifted the
we
bucket
hold
into his
organs and
arms,
bones.
and a wave of
So
comfort
we're like a bucket
rushed
of
over him.
organs and bones.
Oh, no, it's not there. Okay. Yes. Why am I back to 1? I had 2. Holy shit. Whatever.
That's mean.
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Stanley clutched the bucket
You know what,
tightly
I
to his
will.
chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office
So
was where he'd
true.
find answers.
My favorite. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, the
Stanley, can
closet.
you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No.
I
No.
can really feel it now.
No, it's mine.
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet.
No.
That's what the broom closet is trying
Never.
to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in.
Wrong.
Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong
Yes.
friend.
Yes.
You can't hand it over. Oh no. We're getting into name calling now, James. This is how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket. Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends. That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient. That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner.
That's not
Well, I'd
true.
never.
That is
Go
simply not true.
Lay into it.
True.
Really tell the broom closet off for its
It's
demeaning
blasphemy.
comments. Expand on the wide variety of
insulting.
experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by
Yeah, that
point.
is. Yeah.
Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket, as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him
Me and
have
this
it.
bucket are married, actually.
Yeah. I was the
Okay, I've
beneficiary.
got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more
yes.
debate, no more discussion.
Yes.
Take a
No more
hype
discussion.
broom closet
So
with all your
true.
meandering philosophical
So
diatribes
true.
about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Exactly.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
Yeah.
See?
Mhm.
I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not,
That is
you can
true.
look down at this sticker and say to yourself,
Yeah.
it's a bucket.
It is a bucket.
There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Well, yeah, like, you know, knowing if things are buckets or not, which is like basically every application ever.
You know what? I could take the name calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
He left. He left. Oh, I don't want to wait in the broom closet again. I did this already. I mean, it was
Coming to a
before, but-
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done.
Yep.
You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I do savor it.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze. but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort.
Oh no.
And that's when Stanley
No.
realized, this isn't my bucket.
No.
It's just
No.
a normal, everyday bucket.
But it has
Someone
the
else's
stickers.
bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would
No,
come
my
from this.
bucket.
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating
no.
off the ground.
Oh no. Oh no.
Gracious,
Oh no.
he
Oh
exclaimed.
no.
Without my bucket,
Oh, no.
I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off
bucket.
in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Bucket.
Stanley! Stanley!
Bucket,
It's
where
me,
are you?
the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
No.
None of them were his.
Oh,
None
no.
of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly,
Yes,
froze dead
Coco.
in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
No.
Oh,
My bucket.
This is the story of a woman
Oh
named Mariella.
god. Don't make me the same ending. It won't be the same ending.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and
Okay.
security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was
Oh,
interrupted by the
God.
body of a man who had stumbled
Should the
through
same
town,
ending, but
talking
with
and
the
screaming
bucket?
to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away,
Oh.
she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
Mm.
Of course, he'd
Yeah,
gone mad,
yeah.
ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how
Mhm.
everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his
Only I
bucket
had
with
my
him.
bucket.
Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Fuck. So true. Average person's life with a bucket.
So true.
so true. So true.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No. No.
The confusion and the chaos
Okay.
all
I
seemed
was
to
very
melt
scared.
away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Oh yeah, here it is.
It's your best friend.
Yeah, he is really. Can't live without my
It's a
bucket.
dating sim, and now you're choosing the
Stanley
bucket
clutched
route.
the bucket tightly to his
Yeah.
chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yes.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no.
No.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket is never
Stanley
wrong.
took the door on his left to go back
The
to the
bucket
meeting
is
room.
never wrong.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
I
Go
just
somewhere
don't
else.
get used to
The
it.
cargo lift, yes.
Okay,
Good,
no, I
said the
want to.
bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Oh,
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was, but Stanley feared that
Okay.
any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket.
I had to check. I
dearest
had to
friend.
check.
So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms.
Yes.
How deeply touching.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I had to check. I don't know. There's a path down there though.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he... Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Okay. He's not here.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yes.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Still not. Sorry, man.
No,
Said the bucket.
Okay.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere
That's
else.
it?
The cargo
Okay.
lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh.
Collectible.
Yeah,
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? Or what about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
Stanlerine.
Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerine.
Okay, can I go down now? Or will I die again? I fear I might die. But I also... I have to try.
Does the vent lead you back
But
up,
Stanley
or-
feared
Oh,
that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket.
Oh yeah, I
his
will take the
dearest
vent,
friend.
but...
So he threw himself to his death, that they
I
might
wanted to
die in
check
one another's arms.
Yeah.
How deeply touching.
How deeply touching. Okay, I'll do it again.
Oh God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No,
The bucket
never
is
mind.
always correct.
The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Okay,
The cargo
let's
lift, yes.
go.
Go there. Go.
I just don't let him finish.
Oh, there.
Go there. The fuck you doing there, bro? Okay,
He's just staring.
I guess. I thought that was like a huge spider or something. Oh. Now. Bzzz. Ooh, tapes. Interesting. Oh, I thought it was a collectible. It's gonna go feral. Okay. Oh. Oh.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know.
What's that?
I've lost track.
Oh my god.
Nothing
Brilliant.
is real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it,
Australian.
it's always
Yeah, I know,
the
what the fuck?
same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down.
Who are you?
It doesn't make sense. There's no
Tape recorder guy.
explanation for it.
I don't know.
The
Still.
bucket man.
Haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
Bro is talking about
Why
a drug.
everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Oh no. No, you wouldn't.
It's
Don't do it.
unthinkable the amounts of money
What the-
people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket.
Calm
This
down, man.
is my
Oh my
golden
God.
ticket.
Man.
But I have to be
Don't
careful.
fall to
Because
capitalism.
as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me.
Oh,
What's that? Who's there?
Yeah, you got too close to the bucket, man.
oh.
This is not a horror game. I don't think.
The Bucket coming 2023.
Last I checked, this was not a horror game. What the fuck? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The good old bucket. Just
Wait, I need to-
Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Now this is not this is not what it usually is. Okay.
Longer
Stanley
hallway.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
You know what? I'll listen to you this time.
Go to the ceiling.
Do the ceiling? What are you?
Oh. Oh. Completionist instinct.
To allow ease of access. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. What the fuck are you on? Mission
Oh,
status. Inside of a sequel exhibit. A large room, lots of boxes, stairs. Something to do with stairs. Okay. Somewhere both red and blue. Nearby a fireplace. Okay, I know where that is. Private but smelly. I know where that is too. I don't know red and blue though. Haha, looks like 427. Shut up. I'm pretty. Fuck you. Gotta collect them all. Some kind of game. Okay.
The red and blue doors. I forgot to make the red and blue doors.
You're a robot, Malibu.
Oh.
Oh god.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Oh man, I wanted more stickers. Whatever. Okay, so
Coming to a staircase,
somewhere
Stanley and the
red
bucket
and
walked
blue?
upstairs to the boss's office.
you think that's red and blue?
I only saw red down there.
Yeah.
So it could either be
Okay,
like
and
a
there's two
purple
of them
room
up here,
or...
so I'll go up here first.
Am I still a
No, you're
robot?
not. You're good. You're good.
You
Okay.
sound better.
So
Okay.
somewhere
I know
smelly.
this
This is
in
some.
the game there's-
Yeah. Yeah, baby.
I'm going
I know-
back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanley.
I know somewhere in the game there's red and blue
What do you think,
doors.
Stanley?
Yeah,
What
that's
name
true.
better
But I
encapsulates
haven't
the
seen them
intrinsic
in
sense
forever.
of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by one? Let me
Oh,
sit
maybe
on
it's when like
I'm
I
sure
piss
it
him
will
off.
come to me.
The doors turn blue and red when I piss
Oh,
him off
yeah.
by taking the wrong door. So that might be it. But I know there's the fireplace right there. Wait, there's the elevator. But this is just the same every time, isn't it? He just sings to me, and I'm gonna get gay, so I'm not gonna go there. Fireplace.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
Where?
to discover not an indication of any human
Where?
life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and
I don't
chaos.
care.
It would be with him.
I mean, maybe it's in the
always.
door, because the door is
The
like
bucket
right
would.
behind there.
and he knew it.
Yeah.
The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Give me the figurine.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it?
You're getting close now, Stanley.
yes.
You've nearly gotten all of the figure
I'm fine.
marines. Very soon, you'll collect the
Only
last
one
one.
more.
And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
The name just gets worse. Okay, so now both blue and red. I don't know. I think I never went down there, actually, because I kept doing the get famous ending.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown
You know
fate.
what? I'll go to this time.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Because I always like went back up a couple times so that he will get mad. Oh, wait, maybe I have gone there. Can't remember.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Ooh. Oh, sir. I don't know. This is new stuff to me. No. I don't like listening
Although
to
this
him.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
That's fine.
The door behind them was not shut.
That's fine.
Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to
That's
turn
fine.
around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
No, don't worry.
It's fine. Incinerator. Oh.
Wee. Oh well. Oh. Wee. I'm not dead.
Superhero landing.
Well, I don't. Ooh. Well.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were
What?
led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In
Shut
a
up,
single
lady.
visceral instant, the bucket's life
Give me
came
my
to an
man
end
back.
as it was crushed violently to death.
Who is this woman? Oh.
Well, thank you. I mean, still want my man back, but
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was
Can I
a
just-
glorious bucket to behold.
bye bye. Oh no,
Aw.
I can't. I'm
The
sorry,
bucket.
bucket. Welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like the bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. Yeah, I know. I will. Okay.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Oh. Oh.
Shut up, woman.
Man.
Shut up, woman.
Give us him back. I don't like this woman.
I want him back.
Give him back.
And by him, I mean both of them. You.
Verno.
That's
Stress
bucket.
bucket.
Okay. Let me get up there and find the bucket. Ah, yes. Mm-hmm.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
I want it. Ah! I got it.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Give me the bucket back.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the
No!
machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as rule.
Fuck you, lady. Fuck you. Bucket!
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went, Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Well, what are we doing today? What's the red and blue place? I can't remember. I think it's that way. I'm not sure. I mean, unless it's like the two doors, but I don't think it is. Okay, I know that much. It's certainly not red and blue.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stick.
I'll
Coming
go
to a
down there
staircase,
just in
Stanley
case.
and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I mean, this is red and then this is blue, so maybe.
But
Red and
Stanley
blue.
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
It's just gonna
He
be
might
the same
fined for
thing.
that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
Okay, no. I don't want to do this again. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh wait, did I fuck it up?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
fucked
he had
it up.
simply missed a memo.
I have to do it again.
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and
I have to do
distinction.
it again.
Stanley
Where was
clutched the
I?
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I think you went left when you did it.
Yeah, I went to the boss's office and then. Oh yeah, and then I went down because I never went there. Okay. I need to do it again.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to
Even
the
though I
boss's
don't like
office.
the lady, she's annoying. It's fine. Oh, here it is. Oh my god. Yes. Anyway.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
No.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yeah.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
So the famous ending definitely isn't blue and red. I don't think so. So I need to go.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay, so should I just do it twice?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall,
'Cause it
Stanley and the
wasn't an
bucket
actual
would both
loop.
meet a violent death.
So I have to do it again.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I mean,
At
I'll
this point,
strive
Stanley
at like
and the bucket were
100%
knowingly
again, but not
walking
on
forward
stream, 'cause
into a very painful
Yeah.
death
Annoying.
for each of them.
But for now, I want to do this one. Whee! Okay. Let them do their talky talk.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Yeah, it was.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
Glorious bucket.
they all have to be British. It's important. For their
Can you
jobs.
see how arrogant it was for
Their job to
Stanley
be
to take a
British.
bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more... No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket. But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
No, I don't
Let
think so.
Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's bucket.
Okay. So now,
Okay.
now what do we do? Wait, huh? It didn't work.
What?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Okay,
it mean?
now
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Now,
Perhaps
this is
he had
not
simply missed a
cool.
memo.
not
No matter
cool.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Not cool, man. Well, I'm not doing that
Embrace of
again.
An old friend, a weathered companionship that
I'll
stands
try
the
another
test of
time. So whatever. I mean, I do want to go to the mind reading thing, so I'm going to do mostly
Stanley
the same
clutched the
thing,
bucket
but
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
'cause I've never been there. Okay, so yeah, I'm only missing the red and blue.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Da-da.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was
Sheer
it
luck.
the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Hi man, welcome to chat. Yeah, I'm close to getting all the figurines, but I don't know where the last one is. It's fine,
Stanley
I'm
and the
gonna
bucket
find it.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Yep.
Mind control.
Mind control.
Light bulb.
Light bulb.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Ooh.
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to
Expensive.
themselves.
That's the spoiler room. It's funny how I've gotten here like 20 times, but like never by the normal way to get in.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it
No,
very
the bucket
nearly
is very
burst into
shocked.
tears
I
as
understand.
Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Okay, bucket. You're okay.
It's gonna be fine. Okay, this looks red and blue over there. What is that? Okay. What can I do here? Oh, there's. Oh, yeah, okay. I just didn't notice there was an open door.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Bucket wants to do
These
lots
questions
of
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
things. My mind is not feeble, I'll have you know.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Only the bucket.
Only the bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Okay. Are they all offline? Is there not? Beep boop boop. Beep bop boop beep boop bop.
Boop, boop.
Well, seems offline. Wait, what is that? 5. Oh, I'm at 2 right now. Where's the 3 and the 4? 3 and 4. What's 4? Oh, up here. I can't see shit. Why did I set my gamma so goddamn low? Oh, I can't go there. There's a.
You get through.
I think I can't go. Okay. Whatever. We'll go there then. Oh. Wrong way. Hello, ominous red light. How's it going? What, can I not do anything here?
It's the hell circle.
Okay. What am I supposed to do? Oh. I didn't even go there.
When at last they came to the source of the... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
Yes.
Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away
I
in
would
disgust
never do that.
when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds.
Silly bird.
Silly birds.
Silly, silly
Control
bird.
buttons
They're
became
so
active
silly.
again.
Do we want little bird or I want this one.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him.
Okay, it's the
This
same
wasn't a
silly bird.
mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade
Silly
to
bird.
disguise its true intentions.
They can't have you know that they have
Bucket
silly
man
bird videos.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life
they're
could
all
have taken,
so silly.
this one
They
was
are
surely the
so
best.
silly.
And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy. Finally, silly birds. Okay. What if I shut it down though? I'm still mad about the other thing that didn't fucking work. It's fine.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things.
Okay, I want to go press no though.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, red and hold on.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an
I hope he
indication of
finds
any
his
human life.
figurine.
I
Crushed
will,
but Stanley
will.
guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
But at work.
Was it
Bye,
the bucket?
Malibu.
Thank
you.
Was the
I'll see you
bucket guiding him?
Bye.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
What other thing? Wait, what did I say? I want to press the other button. And then I need to find the red and blue. Somewhere. I will. But now I press other button first.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Let's go, lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Let me
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to
Let me in.
themselves.
No, don't tell me where the last figurine is. Not yet.
The monitors jumped to
Thank you,
life,
though.
and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it
Bucket
gently,
tears.
reassuring it
Poor
that everything
bucket.
would be fine.
Bucket man.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raised
That's a bit
furiously in
racist.
Stanley's feeble mind.
Can't believe he would think buckets don't
No! He screamed into the
hobbies.
bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world.
Yes.
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Only the bucket.
But here was
Only
the
the
proof.
bucket.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Oh my god.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over?
That is black, alright.
Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped?
Open the door.
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Let me out. Let me out.
Unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Elderly lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Well. Okay, I'm assuming if you don't have the bucket, it does the regular ending. But I don't really want to do that.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very
I don't
lucky
care, I'm doing
indeed.
bucket quests right now. Okay, so we need to find fucking red and blue.
Stanley clutched the
So, I
bucket
think
tightly
it's-
to his
it
chest.
has to
This
be
was
that
not the
way,
correct way
but
to the meeting room.
where?
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to
So
him,
what I
telling him
haven't
that
done
the employee
again
lounge was simply the
is
place to be. And here it was. Had the
go
bucket
all the
turned
way.
out to be
I haven't
correct?
gone
Well,
back
no, never
through
mind.
there
The bucket was
and
wrong.
down. I don't remember
Stanley
what
took
there
the door on
is
his
that
left
way.
to go back to the meeting room.
Let's go there.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Bucket man.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd
What
find
the
this place
fuck?
eventually.
Give me back. Get
That's
me
a-
back. Get me.
You see,
That's a
your
big
friends and
baby.
I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like
You
the
made
Adventure
the
Line and the
bucket,
Broom
man.
Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Come on, he is so goofy, silly. I have to love him.
Silly.
He is so goofy. He said yippee.
Now this is what the
love
Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No.
Oh,
No.
oh no.
No, don't you dare. That's my bucket. Don't you dare.
Can't do that. It's not allowed.
No. No, you can't take my bucket. It's mine.
Never.
It's. Oh, hello. Okay. Oh, I never picked up the phone either.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No, I don't agree.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley.
No.
Say goodbye to the bucket.
I won't.
And then pop it into the machine when
You
you're ready.
can't make me. You can't make me.
Yeah.
What if I just deactivate it? Boop, boop, boop.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the
No.
bucket. I don't know what the
No.
Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
No.
Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to
refuse.
join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder
The
what
broom
sort of
closet
Bucket
has a lot of
Destroyer
personality,
merchandise
actually.
the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now.
Never.
The fans are waiting. Do it, the
Never.
fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want.
No.
Hurry and...
Oh.
What the fuck?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you.
Yeah, I'm
all
sure.
of it squandered
I'm
now.
sure.
Goodbye,
It's
new
fine.
friend. For the
I
moment
don't
in
care.
time that you
I
were
have
here,
my bucket.
you were magnificent.
I don't care. I have my bucket. Still haven't found the goddamn blue and red. It's
In
fine.
the bucket only.
Okay. I mean, I could do this again and see what it does, but if I destroy it.
All of his co-workers were gone.
But I don't
What
want.
could it
I'll do
mean?
it after.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so
It'd be so
magnificent.
funny if, like, this
Stanley
whole
checked
thing
his
at the end
ego
is
and
just,
then
like,
proceeded onward. Stanley clutched the
couldn't
bucket
have the
tightly
bucket.
to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley
What
had
do you
felt the
mean?
bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
Okay,
lounge
so
was simply
what
the
I
place to
haven't
be.
done.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned
The
out to be correct?
bucket.
Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his
was
left
wrong.
to go back to the meeting room.
Okay, so
No,
Said the bucket.
I
don't
haven't
go to the
gone on the
meeting room.
thing.
Go somewhere else. The cargo
and I haven't
lift,
gone.
yes. Go there.
on the
Go to the
normal
cargo
route
lift.
either. Have I gone on this? I can't remember.
On there.
I
Good,
don't think
said
so.
the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the
Oh
top.
no, I have.
There's something
Yeah.
up there I need you to do.
Okay. I'll just
Stanley
go
did
the
not
regular.
question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
It's just the narrator's self-insert. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
In here,
said the bucket.
go into this dark room over
I
here.
hate his voice. when he
Stanley
does
once
the
again
bucket.
obeyed blindly.
He's like New York gangster.
Oh,
Hello.
right.
Now
Okay.
pick up the phone,
Said the bucket.
pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
So I've never picked up the phone before. But also, I think this might be blue and red.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were
I'll
you
pick it up
trying to
another time.
resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke.
Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see?
Don't listen to him.
I must have
Don't
really
listen to
bungled
him,
up the
Bucket.
delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up
He
the
doesn't
joke?
know what he's talking
Should I
about.
He
have
doesn't know.
paused
He
for
doesn't
longer
know.
Or spoken quicker? Comedic
spoken
timing is so
quicker.
difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good
I'm not
comedic
too
timing.
sure about this
To
one,
begin the
but-
joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm done with the
Funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective
sure.
survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Really did get political real
Hey,
quick.
goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay.
I can
far, so
feel it.
good.
This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy.
God.
That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Oh my god.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. Now the timing's completely off.
Yeah, I'm
Joke
sorry,
will never
man.
land.
Not my
Not the way it
fault.
was meant to. And it's all my fault.
No,
I
no,
must have
it's not your
forgotten
fault.
The
It's
phone
not
room
your
comes
fault.
immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of king of comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back.
Oh no, don't make me watch it
Instructional
again.
video again.
Don't make me watch it again.
Surely that will help me improve my... Here we go.
Oh,
You ready?
okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
What if this time I go right? What are you gonna do?
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be
not true.
ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you
Oh,
love
no.
the bucket so much it's like you...
Again?
Because they're all of
I don't know
your
why I
other
like
most
this
prized
ending so much,
possessions
apparently.
pale in comparison.
Oh wait,
Yes.
my cat wants to get in. Hang
Well, let
on.
me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are.
Cat,
No?
cat.
Still not... Is it the
Say
same?
hello. Say
Pale
hello.
with
Yes!
shame. Pale
Oh
with
my God.
shame.
The star.
The baby.
Oh, the baby.
The baby.
Stanley, this bucket is
Oh.
mental. I think I
He's
saw it playing
laughing.
guitar. No. Getting away from making
my
fun
God.
of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was
Oh,
the whole
there they go.
point of this.
Yep.
I'm no
Nyum.
It's
good
over.
joke.
Okay. Well. Okay, where can I go now?
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Stanley cradled the bucket in
False
a gentle
information.
embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compassionate.
Okay. So, where did I not go?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly
Where
to
did
his
I
chest
not go?
and entered the door on his left.
Okay, I didn't actually pick up the phone. That's what I didn't do.
Oh yeah, you should probably
This was
yeah.
not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the
think
bucket
that's
calling
the
to
only
him,
thing I haven't
telling
done.
him that the employee lounge was
I mean,
simply
probably
the
not,
place
but
to
like-
be. And here it was.
The top
Had the
of our
bucket turned
heads.
out to be correct? Was
Gotta
no,
go route.
never mind. The bucket
Put
was
the
wrong.
wrong earphone in.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
No.
The cargo lift.
No.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yeah, I'm very much a bucket follower.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
I did.
Now pick up the phone.
First time I pick up the damn phone.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Ring, 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 ring.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Hey. That's not the right time. I'm not done here. Am I? Doesn't seem to be much here to do. Okay.
The Stanley
Go to work
Parable
with the
Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Is it?
Where's my bucket though? Oh, hello.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Bucket. I got the... Why is there always weird keys?
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me.
No.
It's
No.
just a bucket. It can't think. It
Bucket.
can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
It's great. It's amazing. It's my best friend. That's my best friend.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Don't you dare
That's so
to
mean.
ignore anyone in your life except for me. Yes.
It's sad.
No.
I suppose he doesn't need me anymore.
No
From now on,
way.
he's
No.
just gonna
No
cling to
way.
this bucket, this
Wait.
cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press L to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
Watching
It's just a
TV
little
with
more,
the bucket.
What am I trying to say?
My favorite
Sturdier,
person in the world.
More capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room
So true,
to another.
narrator. You're not very good at transporting liquid.
Oh my god, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
No.
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's
Bucket.
so much more than just a regular bucket?
Wait.
Press B to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. Oh no. What's going on? Why do I want
Why is it the balance?
Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could
Hey,
tell me what to
baby.
do in this troublesome situation.
Close the door, close the door.
The bucket is seducing you.
Ooh.
Stanley, give me the
Hey,
bucket.
baby.
Give it
See,
to me.
he's
Give me the
jealous.
bucket, Stanley.
He wants
I
me
need
so
it.
bad.
Give it
He's
to me
jealous.
now. Give it, or I'll.
Jealous. Oh. Oh.
Go back to work, Stanley.
Oh, now you have no choice. You have no choice.
I have no choice. Oh, see, this is the same thing as last time. But I couldn't redo it.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need. Stanley
where should
clutched
I
the
go
bucket
now?
tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't know. Because I messed up last time, but I already can't remember what I did.
I know you went.
Yeah, I went that way, but
left. Yeah.
I guess I won't go.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I don't know. I don't want to mess this up, but I don't know where to go. I went there like 1,000 times, so maybe if I gonna do the same thing. I don't know. I do not know.
Maybe go through.
I guess.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Wait, what was there again?
That was the one of the figure collectibles.
Yeah, but there's the vent, and what was down the vent?
And the vent was.
God, I'm lost, man.
Oh, the vent. I think the vent was the whole. No, because that was that. I don't.
I don't remember what was in the
I
vent.
don't remember.
Well, I guess we'll find out again. Because I don't remember. Oh. Right. Right. Oh, yeah, it was the tapes. Okay, yeah. I don't want to go through that again. I'm gonna have to reset and it's gonna lose my bucket. It's annoying. My bucket progress. I mean, I can't go anywhere anyways. Yep. Man. Yeah, it's back to normal again.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days?
Yes.
Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Okay, where did I not go? Jesus Christ.
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No, no, surely not. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Wait,
But
I'm gonna
Stanley
try to
had
go
felt the bucket
inside
calling
again.
to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The
And
bucket
I
was
think to
wrong.
get the red and blue
Stanley
doors,
took the door on his left
to go back to the meeting room.
I need to not have the bucket.
No,
said the bucket.
Because it's when you
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere
you
else.
unplug the phone,
cargo lift,
but-
yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Oh.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you
Okay.
actually...
Jesus. Okay, I won't pick up buckets in this time. Oh.
It said, "Really? Are you not going to pick me up?" It heard you.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. So I'll try to get the doors.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the
need to
employee
try to
lounge
get the
first,
door.
just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but
I also
the
need
fact
to do,
is
like,
that the
the
story has been
regular
about
ending.
nothing but you all this time. There's someone
'cause I
you've been
never did it.
neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh my god.
This
Yeah,
is
I
it,
never picked up
Stanley.
the phone.
Your
I was
chance
like,
to
why?
redeem
No,
yourself.
thank you.
To put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Yeah, I'm sure she has.
That's
Okay.
her, Stanley.
Oh, so I'm not getting the doors. Whatever. I always forget like halfway through. Jesus. But I never did this, so this is fine.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
That jealous motherfucker.
Sorry,
Jealous
but you're in
mother-
my story now.
What the? Don't do that voice. Don't do that voice. Don't do that voice. Jesus
This
Christ.
is a very sad story about the death of a man
Seducing
named
you.
Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay, man. I'm not the one that's narrating my own life.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Hey.
Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
What if I won't? What if I won't? What if I don't want to? What if I punch her? Get me out. What the fuck? Wait, what is this? What is this? Okay. Okay, I have no choice, I think.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Oh.
Spend time
Spend
with
time
the
with the
boys. Yeah.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Oh.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Ew.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all
Oh,
he's
it's
doing is
making
pushing
my-
the same buttons he always has. Nothing
My
has
desk
changed.
again.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Oh my god.
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That
You're
as
an
long as he
observer,
remains here,
bitch.
he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Yes, sir.
Do it.
No. I have free will. I have free will. I have free will. I think I can't. I think it's just gonna wait forever, but I have free will. I can just stay here forever. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I always forget that you can crouch. It's not very useful. Or at least I don't think it is. I'm not patient enough for this. I am not patient enough for this. Okay, I will.
You see? Can he just not hear me?
I can hear you.
How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the
you're
rules.
so concerned
I
for
simply
me.
play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Please die. Oh.
Okay.
I think I'm dead. What the shit?
Oh, that's a lot of buttons.
I'm way too entertained. I will push them all. Oh no, they're unpushing themselves. How am I meant to? Should I do like a? What am I? Oh, these are very all shiny. A lot of them are shiny. This makes no sense. Help? What the fuck is happening?
You're in heaven. That's it.
I don't like heaven all that much right now. What the hell? What if I only push one color? I think this is not working.
Oh no. What do you do?
Okay, help. Help. What am I doing? What am I meant to do? Oh, this is killing my brain. What the fuck, man?
That's it. That's it.
What?
That's it.
I
It's
mean,
just Stanley's heaven.
oh, that's true. He does like pushing buttons.
Interesting. Kind of satisfying. Push the button.
Well, you know, I genuinely don't know what to do in here, so.
Just heaven. Just heaven.
Okay, what if I have the bucket with me?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh, I
What
can't.
could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I
Perhaps he
can't
had
have the
simply
bucket
missed a
with
memo.
me. Okay, question is, what the fuck do I do now? Where did I not go? Okay, yeah, I wanted to go to the blue and red. Damn. Not to pick up the phone.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
Very much is.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first.
Are you
door on
gay
his
for
left.
the narrator? I would never. I would
Stanley was so
never.
bad at following
I
directions,
can't
it's
believe you would
incredible it wasn't
accuse
5
me of
years ago.
such a thing.
Look, Stanley,
Lying.
perhaps we've got
I'm
off
lying.
the foot here. I'm not your enemy, really. I'm not.
I
realize
can't
that
believe
investing
you
your
would
trust in someone else
dare.
can be difficult,
You would
but the fact
dare.
is that the story has been about
Say
nothing but you
Can't
all
keep
this
running
time.
away from it.
Someone you've been neglecting.
I would
Stanley.
never.
Someone you've forgotten about.
Ugh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Die,
That's
die,
her,
die, die.
Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that
Bitch.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that?
Bitch.
You actually chose incorrectly?
Bitch.
I didn't even know that was possible. Let me
bitch.
double check.
Okay. So I should get the
No, it's
red,
definitely
the blue
here,
and red
clear as day.
doors.
Stanley picks up the phone.
That's the
He's
first
taken
thing
to
I
his
did.
apartment where he
That
finds
was
his
my
wife,
first
and the
time
two
I
pledge
played.
themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these
Because I'm a
decisions were
genius.
supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth
I'm
are
a
you making
genius,
meaningful
baby.
choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
No,
I
I'm
can't
Stanley.
believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been
Okay,
letting
get me
you
out.
run
Stop your
around in this
rambling.
game
I've
for
heard
so
this so
long.
many
If
times.
you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity
he's
of the
gonna make me
situation?
watch the
Well, I
thing
won't have
again.
that kind of risk on my watch.
Oh, no.
I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we
Oh,
can
no.
educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named
Get
Rupert
me
has a
out.
choice.
Get me
He
out.
could invent a
I
machine
hate
that eliminates
Ruperts.
food
I
shortages
hate
across the
Rupert.
world to make life better
I
for
hate
all
him.
people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember
Fuck
that
you,
unlike here,
Rupert.
the real world makes sense.
Die,
And at no
Rupert.
time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself
Bish.
speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that
This
person is not
real.
real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30?
Excellent.
I am
Making
supposed.
choices on a
Shut up! You
regular
didn't
basis
let. You didn't
is
let
the
me
best
finish.
It's not enough
start to a
time.
healthy
It's not enough
decision-making
time.
process.
Unacceptable.
Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less?
Choices.
And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate
Yeah,
as a
I know.
result of narrative contradiction.
I know.
But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please. Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I know. I've heard this way too many times. I know. Okay. So then I take
Almost there.
take
You'll
the
take the
wrong
door on
door
the left,
again.
back to the correct ending. The story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Okay. So now I take the wrong door
Now remember,
again.
all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Wait, no. Was that not when you get the...
Oh.
Wait. No, because he has to reset it, but I don't remember when he resets it. Okay, no, he does
ruined.
reset it.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story! You've destroyed my work! Why?
Yeah,
For what?
yeah.
What did you get out of that? What did
I
you
need
think was so
collectibles,
special
man.
about seeing the game I'm done? Left here like so much
I need the
garbage.
collectibles.
It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever.
Yeah, you will.
Reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do?
Fire
What do I
paper
do?
guy.
What do I...
Hire
No, I have
somebody
to.
to fire the
I have to shut the game down.
advertising guy.
I have to. I have to.
Okay. So.
Oh.
Oh, right. Wait. When did I get the red and... I'm so
Oh, dear
confused.
God.
I'm so confused.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
Yeah.
My entire
so
game is
clever.
destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Jesus, I don't know where the last collectible
My
is.
story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a
my only
whole
thought.
underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so
I can look
perfect.
it up,
I
but
worked
I
so
will leave it
hard
to
on
you.
it. I tried so hard to make...
Oh, if you want to, you can like look it up and like,
behave
give
exactly
me.
as Stanley would. That means
don't tell
choosing
me, but, like,
responsibly and always putting the story first.
Give me-
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just
Oh,
follow
no,
my
wait,
lead
I
and you'll
think
be
that I'm
fine.
fine.
Wait.
All right.
I think I'm fine.
When
I think I'm
Stanley
fine.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's go.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay, no, I
that
think this
means
is a loop.
choosing responsibly and always putting the
I'm pretty
story
sure this is a
first.
loop, actually.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I remember.
he entered the door on his left.
I remember Shroop. Look, shame on.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly,
Why did
hurry
you
back.
do that?
You do that.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't remember where they are. That's annoying.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait. What? Alright, okay, yeah. Oh no, I know this ending.
Stepping
No,
inside
it's
his
a
manager's
shitty
office,
ending.
Stanley was once again stunned to
No.
discover...
Okay.
From my understanding, you're gonna have to go to the beginning. From my understanding.
Huh?
Yeah. I think you had to restart.
Yeah, I had to restart. I've already had this ending. But I need to. Okay, I know another thing.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, is if I go to the side one?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting
That
room,
might be
and
it.
Stanley
I'm
knew
not
it
sure,
perfectly
though.
well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
This might
But
be it.
eager to
I'm
get
not
back
sure,
to
though.
business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Let's go.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look,
So,
Stanley,
like,
I
this
think
way.
perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your
I will
enemy,
say-
really, I'm not. I realize that
Wait,
investing
no.
your
What am I
trust in
doing?
someone else can be difficult, but the fact
No,
is
you're
that
on-
the
you're on the right
story has
track.
been about nothing but you all this time.
Okay, down there then?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? What?
Okay, yeah, this is
I don't
it.
know
Yeah,
how to
okay.
convince you of this, but I really do want to help you.
Okay.
To show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Yes.
Give me a
Okay.
chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked, and there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
Yeah, it is.
This is doing
Yeah,
something
baby.
just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah,
Where
baby.
so many people
I'm
expect
so
to be
happy.
rewarded
I'm
for the
so
most
happy.
trivial
That's all I've ever
achievements,
wanted.
you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say,
Can't
it's
have
done.
that.
We're all done here.
Oh,
And now
he
we can
doesn't
go to
wanna
whatever the
reward
hell
me.
you were
So
doing
mean.
before you hunted for figurines.
Okay, but they told me that there would be a reward somehow. Okay, so now where are we going?
I don't know.
I don't remember what these do at all. Got no clue, brother. Guess I'll go red, I don't know.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped.
Pretty
And
sure
I
this is a
think,
loop here.
well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for?
I don't know, you tell me. Still can run off. No. I don't think I've ever done this at all.
Here, yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Oh. Me too. This is so cool. Can I jump off?
Oh.
Listen. Oh.
Oh.
Insane. It's crazy.
Got that ball.
The fuck? I'm too neurodivergent for this. This is great. This is crazy. Oh, green. Is it just gonna loop? Probably gonna loop a like different color. What if I go back? What is this?
No, wait. Where are you going?
Back.
I don't know. What is this?
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt
Oh.
yourself, if you die, the game will reset.
Oh, I know
we'll
this.
lose all of
I
this.
saw this. I saw this as a clip. But I have to do it, I'm pretty sure.
Oopsies.
No, he's gonna get
Please, no,
sad and he's
Stanley,
gonna
let
make.
me
This is
stand.
actually the
Don't
clip
take
that.
this from me.
This is actually the clip
Please,
that made
Stanley,
me
think
wanna
about what you're
play
doing.
the game.
Oh my god.
No, I don't wanna.
Oh,
I don't wanna
no.
hurt him, but.
No!
Oh, thank God, you lived.
What if
You
I
had me
tried to
worried there for a moment. Now,
No, I don't
can
want
we
to.
please get back to the other room?
I'm sorry, baby.
Oh. Oh no.
No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Oh no. Oh.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
Ah, he hurts
Can you
me.
do that for me?
He hurts
Oh,
me, man.
no.
What if I go back? What if
Oh,
I...
you're so slow.
Yeah, I'm like bleeding all over the floor, man.
Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
I know
see.
you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you?
Oh. Oh no.
I have to. I think I'm just stuck here. If I don't.
It just. You can't make him sad.
I have to. Dude, you weren't here for this. The skip
not.
button. The skip button was awful.
Oh no.
I felt so bad. I felt so bad.
My God, is this really how much you deserve?
No.
You'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally
Oh,
willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No, don't say that.
Oh.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore.
No.
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
I'm sorry.
Well, this one is yours.
Sorry, man.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh. Oh. Whoa.
No, I had the auto walk on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I want to try speedrunning. Okay, let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh,
Stanley,
What?
I'm sorry,
Whoa.
but I have to put a pause on things. It's just, it's those figurines, those figglers.
Oh, I
I haven't
forgot
stopped
about that.
thinking about them since
I
you
forgot
nabbed
about that.
every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire
It
life?
really was.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
It did.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Outside.
When Stanley found the collectibles. Oh.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
This is not creepy at all.
God. Oh my.
It's not creepy at all. Don't worry about it.
No, it's not
I have
creepy.
7 of them now. Oh my god.
And here was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Oh.
Okay. I was like, where am I supposed to go?
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
What's this one?
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the warehouse. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Really?
Let's see, what came next?
I don't know
Oh
if
yes,
that's
we
true
found
or
a Figley in this pink room.
What?
Oh, well, I can't actually
What?
say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
I guess.
Sure. Sure, my man, sure.
Sure.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was behind the boss's office. I remember it so clearly. In fact,
So
because this one
clearly.
is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Oh, it's the low quality for me.
It's amazing. It's awesome.
Oh,
Thank you,
so
narrator.
good.
That is awesome.
High five.
I love it. I love it. This is the best gift I could ever get. Oh my god.
Best
Best
boy,
boy.
the narrator.
Yes.
Let's
Takes you back,
go.
doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
8 minutes. I love him.
The doors.
Oh.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This
No,
memory
there's
is the
one
most
missing.
distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works?
you're missing one.
All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected.
No, but
It was a
you're
moment
missing one.
unlike any other.
Missing one.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
No, but you're...
Mm.
Okay. That was like a choice, but no.
Like, nah. Ooh.
But... I mean, that is me, alright.
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
No, but
Wait,
what
hold
about
on.
what about the
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay, which one did we miss?
Okay, yes, the room with the red and
Let's see.
blue doors. I remember
There's like
this.
6 of them, right?
I must say,
Yeah.
of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone,
So-
this one is the most distinct and
doors,
clear in
the
my
one in the
mind.
boss's
Let's keep
office,
going.
the
I
one
want
Yeah,
the
we're missing the
bathroom.
bathroom. Yeah. Wait. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to go? Oh. Oh my god. How many can I get?
But it says that it was 12, so I guess we missed it?
No, because no, it said 12.
Well, it says
so-
13 now.
Yeah, but because I just got one. More.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Whee!
Yes, I love that video.
Yeah, me too, man.
It was a good video.
Because then there's the pink one, which makes no sense. It's not a real
Still
one.
don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid
Yeah,
room.
so this one replaced the bathroom one.
Yeah.
Does he not want to talk about the bathroom?
He's
These
gonna,
really
because
were
there
a
were.
treat to hunt
He
down.
did
You know,
talk about
if
it
there
when he
had
told
been
me to
any
choose
kind of reward
Oh,
for
that's
finding
true.
all of
Between the
these, it
but
really
then
would
he
have
never-
muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation.
I really
Next
wanted
one.
like a jump, but I won't.
Oh. Oh.
I won't.
Suffer.
I don't want to have to do it again. So yeah, see, this way.
What if you do go that way? Huh?
Let me go there.
No. Denied.
I can't. He's gonna figure it out. Isn't he?
This was our second Figley. Don't you
Hopefully.
remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Okay, I guess. Even though we're missing one, but
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figlarines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Death. Oh.
you.
It's a big Stanley.
Interesting. Okay, but you're still missing one, man. Oh, the jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we
Oh,
were
I have no
originally
jumps.
sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it. Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
No, it's
I
not
think
a
they both
choice.
got it. No choice.
And before everything
And
else,
the
there was
office.
your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
No shade.
Oh no.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember
Oh.
before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with
You were.
profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion,
I
even
know.
if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be.
You can't delete
Yes,
me.
I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what?
Jesus.
Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did
Oh,
enjoy
no.
telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley.
Stanley, it's me. Okay, now.
Oh,
Okay.
it's blue.
All of his co-workers were gone.
It's quite
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wow, Thank dog mode.
Dog mode. Dog mode.
Dog mode.
Dog mode.
Does he bark now? Bark. Bark for me. Oh.
You want him to bark for you.
As Stanley
yeah, I
lifted
do.
his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets. Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, this is dog mode.
Bark, 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 bark.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
I'm so
and
annoying.
entered the door on his left.
Do we? Okay, you know what? He's. Yeah, but he wants to retire me though. Fuck you.
This was not the direct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I don't know, my man. What should I do? You want to retire me? That's mean. That's
Very
really
nice.
mean. Where should I go?
Should continue through the warehouse.
Where am I gonna go though?
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
I still have never had this. Oh!
It's
Whoa, it's bouncy. Oh god. I've never been like
Said
up
the
there.
bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Where should I go? Is it just gonna give me like
In
a
here,
normal ending?
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
maybe. Oh no. Yeah, it's.
Now
Oh.
pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
I'll do the will of the bucket since he doesn't wanna.
This is the
Be with
sad
me
story
anymore.
of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely
Yeah,
and
but
could
no,
use a
this is
friend.
boring. I've already
And
done
then,
this.
very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Dog mode.
Mode.
I don't think I can wait this out. So.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head. Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me. Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me.
Stanley?
It's just a bucket.
Stanley.
It can't think.
Stanley.
It can't talk.
Okay, but wait,
All it
did
will
you
ever
say
truly
you were...
do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal. It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another. Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket? Oh no. I'm having feelings. For the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No.
I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Never.
Wait, this is kind of a different ending.
Like, no, it's the same. Just close your eyes and go back to work.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but I'm so confused. So confused because I don't know.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that
You know what? Wait. I'm gonna try speedrunning this time. But
all of his co-workers
yeah,
were
I don't know
gone.
how to
What could it
accumulate
mean?
endings.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hi, Nadia. Please don't walk on my keyboard.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Wait, it's not working, is it?
Yet there was not a single person here either.
I mean, I haven't
Feeling a
done
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just
Okay,
let
here
the
it is.
narrator talk.
Yeah, here it is.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few minutes with some calming new age music.
It even stopped the door from opening.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, so I also haven't done the celebrity ending with the bucket. I know. But I haven't done the regular ending without bucket. Like the regular do what he says.
But with the bucket.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
I haven't done this
Mind
either.
Control Facility.
I'll do this first.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes. Wee, wee. I wonder if I'm just gonna die like regular die. I don't think so, because it would be a bad ending.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Yeah.
Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator,
Oh.
as Stanley was
Again?
led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Well, again, not dead, but okay.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Just say that, I guess.
I don't have the... Oh no, I don't have the dog anymore. It's like, where's my barking? Oh. Wow.
Wow.
That's great. Oh, all the computers. Interesting. Warzone?
An ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield
Still
fighting
fighting
aliens.
aliens? The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose. Some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters.
Oh my god.
Ah, yes. What the fuck? Ultra Deluxe.
Fun. How do you stay in shape? Sincerely, Michael the Rock Martin. Gay.
Ding donk, are you? Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
Correct.
Art. I predict. Is it better? Okay, I didn't have time to read that. Have infinite quests? How many endings? Let me go shopping. I hope it will have a fine selection of desert boots. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is a difference between a duck?
A duck and a what? Is just
A
a duck.
duck. How is the game going? I hope it is as good or better than the first one. From a cool man.
Oh, cool man. James Irvin.
Are you a rock? Question. 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 Are you a rock? Okay. Well. The office. What is in here? Oh, the phone. Apartment timer. Timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would give a different ending. Ooh. Fun. Oh my god, there's so many shit. So much shit. Oh! Whoa. What? That is the same thing, isn't it? Oh. Okay.
It's just-
I don't
oh.
care, actually. Actually, I don't care. Never mind. Oh, the birds. I can't. Zending?
Zending.
The fuck is the Zending?
Zending. It looks like Portal.
Which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Okay. Weird. Does look like Portal. The fuck is that? What?
What?
Little guy?
What was that?
I don't know. What was that?
Oh. Oh, it's a button. Countdown disc.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting.
Elevator. Freedom ending. Freedom ending in beta. Stanley. Oh. Wait, is this the door to the other? Yeah, okay. We'll just go there because I don't want to spend forever in here.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Fuck you, lady. You don't know our relationship. Don't talk about my marriage
Can you
like
see?
this.
Can you see how much they need one another?
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Don't talk about my marriage like this.
Listen to me.
Oh,
you
no.
can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As
What
long
if I
as you
just
move
let it
forward, you'll
kill
be
me?
walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Oh no. Oh. You're fine. He's fine.
I mean, it hasn't restarted yet. Oh, never mind. Oh well. Okay, what else have I not done? Okay, I've picked up the phone. Have I picked up the phone with the bucket?
Yeah, because that was the whole picking it up and then having the whole
Oh, right, yeah, right.
the bucket in the apartment
All
and
of his
just not being
co-workers
able
were
to
gone.
separate from the
What could
bucket.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right. Okay, so I don't know what I haven't done. Except like the complicated ones where you have to like do it several times over. I have no clue. Okay, there's the one where like you enter the glitch zone. But I don't remember how to get
And then
there.
you said you didn't get the celebrity with the bucket.
Oh, right, I didn't.
What
That's
new
true.
mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out.
That is true, you are right.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Wait.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this no?
Oh,
Never mind.
No, I
Bucket was
fucked up. It's
wrong.
fine. I can still go.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Wait, what am I doing? Okay, it's an elevator, but which elevator? There's an elevator. No, yes, okay. I got confused.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was coming to a staircase. Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Yeah.
Yes,
I know what to
this
do.
is certainly the most logical explanation.
Boop. Okay, I think I'll do this ending and then I'll stop because it's getting a bit boring for people on the stream to watch, I think. Because now the endings are a
Wait,
bit
Stanley
harder to
said to
get,
the bucket.
so...
Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Say hi, Nadia. Say hi.
Oh my god. Hello.
You making noises before? Come on. Say hi.
Oh my god, hello. Yeah, he told me to press the number 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3. Well, he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
What was this one?
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent.
It goes,
This
8.
was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator. Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Search what? Oh.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together,
Yes.
and I just want you to see
The
what I
number 3
see.
is so
Feel
important.
the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
I feel like the bucket is a bit mean to me. Come see the number 3 with me.
Number 3, number 3.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you.
Yeah.
He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories
I'll be
through
right
the
back. I
number
gotta go
3,
grab some
stories
dinner.
of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
What the Oh. Let's go. No, I want this ending. Hopefully it will be good. I also don't think
Stanley
there
and
was
the
a
bucket
time
was so
skip last
close.
time.
They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
This bucket is mean to me. The bucket is so mean to me. I thought we had something. I really thought we did. Oh, is it not doing anything anymore?
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart.
Oh
He
my
decided
god.
right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others.
Okay, yeah,
it would get to
celebrity.
see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
So true.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Let's go.
This was
3,
it.
3, 3.
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
We're celebrities yet?
No, I'm right there. Look, right there. I hope it's not
Right
just
there.
the same ending.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on the keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting, he was a failure. And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant. They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Aw.
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
That is unacceptable.
Oh.
What?
What?
That was a glitch?
I think, yeah, probably a glitch.
That's weird. Okay. Well, I think that's gonna...
All of his co-workers were gone.
Wrap it
What could
up,
it mean?
because...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
I'm
simply
not sure
missed a
what to
memo.
do anymore right now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what endings I have left. Probably a bunch, but I don't really know where to go, so...
Where to go? Very valid.
Yeah. I think we shall have to stop for now.
Shall stop for now.
Stop for now. Stop for now. The sequel is now paused. I didn't even see that. Jesus, man. Oh my god. Quit the menu.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wow, the Stanley Parable 2. Oh my
Wow.
god. With the bucket.
With the bucket. The bucket only.
Yes. Okay, I will quit that. Okay. It is almost 3 a.m., which is better than last time. You know it. Okay,
Oh
thanks for watching, boys. I will be uploading the both VODs actually soon, very soon, and I'll see y'all later. There's
Goodbye.
there's the SMP coming soon, which is
Yes.
fun.
Yes. Yes.
Hey yo, hey yo,
Hey yo.
Yep. And I'll inform people over on Instagram of the date of the first stream whenever we know about that. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.